Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and we're playing a deck that I found off Twitter. It is from the individual who's currently #1 ranked on the ladder for Mythic. I apologize, I didn't save his name, it just saved the deck list. So I'll try to dig it up and give him credit. But this is a really cool Sultai mid-range, Sultai ramp style deck. Played 2 matches with it and just kind of overwhelmed the opponent. Tons of card advantage, tons of ramp in it. So it's kind of built around like your cliche cards. You got Uro and Hydroid Krasis, and then you try to get ahead on mana with stuff like Growth Spiral as well. And then you play Nissa into like Casualties of War. This one's going more card advantage-y, kind of mid-rangey threats. So you have Thought Erasure for disruption, which is the main reason to add black. And then you get Tyrant Scorn. Works out well. It can be either used to kill your opponent's early aggressive creatures, or in a pinch you can bounce your own creatures back. So in multiple games I saved my Uros from Elspeth Conquer's Death, or reset my Hydroid Krasis to draw more cards. You can reset your Atris. You have Brazen Borrower as a bounce effect as well. An Extinction, it's exile over Murderous Rider, which takes damage. The deck's a little bit susceptible to early aggression, so this one saves you the life there. It also has, it's basically Surveil on the card. You can put a card into your graveyard. So that is a way to kind of play around with that. Okay, this mic's working. I have this fear from the other day when I recorded an hour stream, or an hour video without audio. Atris is more card advantage, put cards into our graveyard, that all gets escaped back with Uro. And then you have Vraska, which is really nice because it eats up all these 3-mana planeswalkers, as well as like opponents' Uros or Hydroid Krasis. You could sacrifice extra lands to draw cards, and then feeds into Uro as well. Massacre Girl for cleanup, Nissa for card advantage, and Casualties is just explode the world. 4 Fabled Passages and a bunch of duels. Sideboard's actually pretty interesting. So there's no counterspells in this deck. It's looking to do more of a proactive approach instead of reactive. So Aether Gust versus red-green matchups, Agonizing Remorse versus the more control matchups, Grasp when needed. Elderspell was really nice against the control matchups. Take out, especially like these Planeswalker decks. May want to actually go up to 2 of these. Couple Return to the Natures versus like Nexus or Clover decks. Lovestruck Beast is for the aggressive matchups, but also I liked it against control, just bringing in additional threats. And then Enter the God Eternals is for the more aggressive decks, gains you life. You can also target yourself, put 4 cards in the library, into the graveyard, and then you get to escape back Uro. So I'm currently with Season Reset. I haven't been playing too much, but we're a win away from Platinum. So let's play that. Like, I was okay with blue-white control. I think I was in total like 9-3 playing the deck, but it's not really fun. It wins, but every game goes long. This one was actually really fun. You get like 10, 15 lands out at any time. You're doing the broken Simic-y things. So playing Decept. See what we're up against. So opponents on the play. Little slow, prefers 2-mana spell, but I think just double Uro can get us ahead in card advantage. So this could be a couple decks. Hopefully not Flash. Feel like that's not a matchup we really want to be against. Casualties is interesting as just like catch up if this is the Bant. I'm going to keep this with the hope that this is the Bant matchup. Okay, good. So we can take him off mana here. And then we can take him off Planeswalker and usually a threat as well. Okay, so they were first to Uro, so they can Nissa. Hey, Quantum. How's it going? Also, like, no Thought Erasure or anything to fill our yard kind of hurts. So they could potentially Nissa next turn. Probably just hold off because this will always come into play tapped. I gotta finish that homework. You were doing bio, was it? Aerospace, okay. Yeah. Put your time in on that one. That one seems pretty intense. So dodging Nissa this turn is pretty nice. This Casualties, keeping that is a nice tool to deal with Nissa. I'm probably going to Atris this turn just to start putting some pressure on them. It's also a blocker. So let's go Atris. It also feeds into our Uro. And then if they bounce it with something like Teferi, they lose the advantage. Vraska or 2 cards. That's actually interesting. I think we just take Vraska here. And then just set up a scry this turn. I actually don't think I mind Tyrant Scorn here. Because I'm going to probably just Krasis this turn. Or I can hold up Vraska and that, which is nice. Yeah, let's keep that on top. Because the thing is, it's a clean answer to Uro if they escape. This turn I'm probably going to Casualties. So I can take out 2 of their lands. So let's get another blocks, probably another blue source. Planeswalker, land, enchantment, creature. So you, and I think I want to take them off double blue. Actually, I could have taken him off double green. That takes him off another Nissa. That's why I love this deck. Like, even if they resolve a Nissa, you usually just punish them quite a bit. Okay, so they have second Nissa. So here what I can do is, because this has Menace, it could attack into Nissa. So this is non-land permanent. So I think we just Uro. I don't have enough to escape, right? So I can do this now and then escape Uro. Yeah, let's do that. We don't really care what's in our graveyard. We don't get the stuff back other than Uro itself. I really like this version. The Simic one, like when it goes off, it's pretty sick, but it is still a deck where you don't have hard removal, so it allows mono red to kind of snowball. They can just win with Finale, so that's a matchup I'd be interested in playing. Okay, so they have Conquer's so that gets rid of this. So I can... This is non-land, so still can't deal with the Vraska. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I think we just set... Hey Denny, how's it going? Depending what they play out, so I can go this, I can go Vraska. I think we just get Krasis going, maybe. It's a big threat they have to deal with, and then it can block pretty well. Nissa's sweet. So X is 6 here. 5. So we've managed to take them off a few lands. Want to try to draw into another Tyrant Scorn, take them off all their blue mana. What are you doing? Top both. So it's probably just lands. This might be Hydroid Krasis of their own. What can they get back? They can get back an Uro, they can get back a Nissa. So I think we leave the Nissa. I just go Vraska, down tick, kill the Hydroid Krasis, attack into the opponent. Because they can't get that back. And then just work on killing the opponent. Because they can get back Uro, it just draws them a card. They could put some lands into play. Probably just want to... I'm going to shock in here and then just flash in Brazen Borrower on end step. Not really worried about our life total right now because I have another Krasis. They have rebuilt their mana base a bit, and Nissa helps them accelerate there. So next turn I could poke them off Nissa. But depending what they do, I can also just like reset if they have a Hydroid Krasis this turn. Okay, they shock. They have Trawler. So Brazen's worse against Trawler. But it's like our Hydroid Krasis is better. Yeah, I think the ban announcement's like in a week or something. Okay, so they just go like that. Probably be something in Historic. Might want Massacre Girl here. Or another Casualties of War. So I'm probably going to Growth Spiral. Because now with Brazen Borrower I can't really attack into Trawler. Or if they do Uro. Because they escaped. I'll bounce the Uro. So I can go Nissa, do the lands, or just big Hydroid Krasis. I think we just go big Krasis here. Maybe I play out the Uro. This has Menace, so Dream Trawler can't block it. So I can do this. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can go Uro, I can go Growth Spiral, I can go Krasis for 2, 4, 5, 6. Let's do Krasis for 6. It's another big thing that Dream Trawler can block nicely. Ooh, and I can hold up the Tyrant Scorn to blow up a land. Can also play a Uro. Oh, I forgot I had the land. I should have done this. I played a land for the turn. It's fine. I'll probably trade this off for one of their lands. So they can make this big enough to like take out this Hydroid Krasis. 33, they're at 34 cards. I can also bounce my own Hydroid Krasis and then play it out for a lot of mana with Nissa. See what the opponent's doing. Conquers Death on Nissa. So I think what I do here is Krasis. Attack with both Krasises. They likely don't block, and then I bounce my own Krasis and then replay it. They're using a bit of clock. That's good for Nissa if it comes down. So they can gain some life, but I could take them off a land, but I think we just attack like this. So that's interesting. Since they did that, maybe we just go Uro. Because they don't get it back this turn anyway, so I can flash in the Brazen Borrower. So that's 2 cards, so let's just play in some Growth Spirals. Ooh, Vraska. But that won't let me... I still have enough for Brazen Borrower. That'll put a land into play. Or put a land into the graveyard. Probably a swamp here. This draws us a card. So I'm still 1 short of that, but I can flash this in depending what they do. I can... Well, I can't Tyrant Scorn anymore. But they need to answer both of these plus another flying threat. And then if they have another trawler, I can bounce it or just tap it down. So we should probably have this one. Post board, I'll probably bring in Lovestruck. They go Uro. So they can return Uro. Shatter the Sky. I really regret not being able to play that. Why didn't it let me flash? Oh, I had to float the mana. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Start off with Uro. I punted that because you're going to get Dream Trawler back now. So play this out. Keep the escaped one. And I think here I probably sack. I'm going to hold off on sacking the land. So this turns it off. So I have the options of double growth spiraling, puts more cards in my graveyard, gets me closer to Hydroid Krasis. Their Dream Trawler still has to block. And they're also on only 4 lands. So I've managed to blow up at least 3 lands. 4, 5, 6. So I won't tap it this turn. Okay, they have to fairy. So they're gonna bounce my Uro. So I think we just get cards into our graveyard. Play out as much lands as possible. Because Vraska downtick can just deal with the Teferi. And then I can keep this tapped for a couple turns. Or we have Casualties. I think we hold off Casualties. This is free right now. This is why I really like this deck. It's super resilient. It is a 4/6. So I'm probably going to throw the Brazen Borrower in front of it. Not. No, don't tap like that. I wanted to like prioritize for Nissa in case we decide to play out Nissa. The Surveils also works really nice with Uro. It's more cards you get to put in the graveyard. So Cavalier is kind of a pain. Because it gets back to Fairy. I don't really care about the Hydroid Krasis. Don't care about the Nissa. This is just another way to bounce this, which I don't mind. So let's see. If I do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I untap a land. That's enough to do both. Gotta be mindful of the clock. So what I can do is I can tap this Dream Trawler down this turn. And then I can also flash in this Brazen Borrower. Vraska also lines up really nice against any of these threats except Nissa. So with the trigger on the stack, then I'll play out the Tyrant Scorn. The mana doesn't work out the way I wanted it to. How did I have to tap different? I need another blue source. So I'll probably shock in, play Uro. Or they don't have to shock, but we know the contents of their hand at this point. So we're slightly ahead on clock. Interesting. Well, Planeswalker, land, enchantment, creature. So I'm actually gonna hold off on the Dream Trawler. I'm gonna go creature, enchantment, and then take them off Temple Garden. So I'm doing this to take them off all their mana, and then that just takes them out. Because then I untap and then I attack them for lethal. So Agonizing Remorse is good in this matchup. Noxious Grasp. Elderspell is also nice. I don't know if I want Lovestruck. Tyrant Scorn's still nice still. So Brazen Borrower is pretty bad. Atris is okay. Massacre Girl's not that good. 3 cuts. Yeah, just 2 casualties. It's a concession to mono red. You don't want to be playing too much in that case. Probably shave down a couple Tyrant Scorns. And then what else do we cut? Want the Grasp, want the Eat, maybe Atris. Actually, I'm going to cut down a Nissa. Because they have a board wipe, I don't want to overcommit my lands. And most of the lands will get chumped anyways. So I think we go that way there. We have a lot of ways to put lands into play, so we can probably beat them up in that case. I think this hand's fine. We Temple on 1, Watery Grave to Growth Spiral, and then we have Atris hopefully on turn 3. Agonizing Remorse as well is nice because I can take out their Uro is also nice. I'll keep an Uro. I can exile their Uro from the graveyard. So there was the option to Agonizing Remorse there. See if they Mystical Dispute this. If they do, I'm fine with that. I'm actually going to keep the Growth Spiral here. Because what I can do is I can Agonizing Remorse, and then I can Growth Spiral as well. Yeah. So they had the dispute. No sense of playing Uro out into that. So they probably brought in a bunch of counters. I think what we do is we just... Yeah, it's always a fun kind of like strategy of like how you try to get your opponent. So I have 3 green sources, a bunch of blue, 2 black, or 3 black. I think I want another green source. How's my hand shaping up? No, I think we maybe want the blue. Let's take the blue. So I'm going to Krasis here. If they have a counter, I still get the card draw. And then ideally what I can do is, if I draw a land, play out both these spells next turn. I can also escape an Uro. They brought in Frilled Mystic. That's some tech. Okay, so they go Nissa here. Of note, they can't hold up Aether Gust. Okay. So I can Breeding Pool here, destroy the land. Play this out. And then attack Nissa. I could have Uro'd there, but then my Nissa dies. Okay, so it's a fairy, bounce my land, and then attack in. Kill my Nissa. The Frilled Mystic was something I wasn't expecting to have to play around. Oh, so they're just ignoring Nissa? That seems wrong. If you let me untap with this much mana. This might be Trawler. Okay, just Narset. Casualties of War would be really nice right now. Growth Spiral is not that card. So I'm doing this because we still get the card draw. Probably lost this one. They were able to set up before us. We didn't really have the disruption we needed. Gonna choose a 2-pile. So Uro just lets me put another land into play. I don't get the card draw, but it also gains me 3 life. And then next turn I can escape it back. So probably Vraska on the Narset. Okay, they do have Veto. Conquer's Death on the Atris hit me for 9. Yeah, we're pretty much dead at this point. They have Veto backup. They're at 14, so Timer is something that could be in play. I think on the play I'm going to bring in Lovestruck Beasts.
I'll protect you.
So let's play a Vraska, see if they counter this. Okay, so they do veto it. Mostly just doing this to gain life. Narset's very good against our deck. And then with Teferi means I can't even Growth Spiral on their turn, so it's basically a dead card. They're at 1324. Maybe able to take them down a bit lower. So they can untap, make another with Nissa. They can hit me for 12 if they play with the Nissa this turn. Yeah, which they do, but let's make them go through the game actions. Does take some time off the clock. So they took us down that one. Question is, do we want Lovestruck? Blocks things better. Lets me be more aggressive. Maybe we cut the Tyrant Scorns. Atris is fine. It plays around. I'm gonna shave another Nissa. But like Nissa on a clear board's pretty good. I think we keep like this. Just try to grind them out. This is the third match I played with this deck, so sideboarding is a little bit new to me. Hand is very awkward because I can't Growth Spiral and Thought Erasure and Lovestruck Beast. I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, sounds fine. Let's put back 8 Passage. So I'm probably gonna Growth Spiral here. They shocked, so I'm not going to give them the value. Actually. I'm going to do this, and then just set up the scry. Another Noxious Grasp, probably don't want. I want some like Uros or something with a card advantage. Like this might just chip in a whole bunch of damage. Then next turn I can Spiral and Grasp if need be. Like Lovestruck's worst against Uro, but they're still a ways away. And if they Teferi bounce, they could Teferi bounce this, but I still have a 5/5. Okay, cool. They can veto, so I'd rather be able to hit a Nissa if it comes down. They go Conquers Death. Sure. They used it on probably one of the worst cards in my deck. I want another blue source. Krasis is great. And we got the Thought Erasure. So they're just rocking Mystical Disputes and a Krasis. So I'm going to get rid of the Krasis. I think we bin this land. I could Krasis for 1, but it's not really worth it. Thing is, with Krasis, they can't really get it back with this anyways. Okay, the Omen of the Sea, that gets them some utility. They can still just hard counter, or like for 3 mana, the Nissa, or the Vraska. 11/21. Here, you want to counter this? Oh yeah, this does come in as a 1/1. Forgot the counter comes in. It's fine. In a pinch, I can Noxious Grasp it. It enters with the counter. Cool. See what they do here. They crack the Omen. Yeah, it's basically what she's doing. She's sitting right down here. 1033. They keep both on top, which is a bit discouraging. I kind of just want to get this Omen out of the hand. Or this Mystical Dispute. That makes my Krasis a little bit better next turn. If they have Nissa, it's fine. Could also just be a Frilled Mystic that they're holding. So X4. I have this for a Frilled Mystic anyways. Okay, well, I will take that. I can X6 the following turn. Sweet, took him out. That takes us up to Plat Tier 4, so we can play some Jank after. Okay, so claim the prize. Probably, we've gone 45 minutes with this deck. I'm going to give Arena a quick reset. What I'll do is... it was a good demo of the deck. I'm testing out another deck, so I'll play a game of it on the stream right now. It is a Mardu Fires list. I will insist on trying to make every color combination of fires. This one is a painful fires in terms of a lot of Punisher style effects. So like Underworld Dreams and Omnixus, whenever your opponent draws cards, they lose life. Then you have when they discard, if they don't have enough cards in hand, they take damage. You have Croxus to deal damage off discard. You have Chandra's uptick ability, and then some Bone Crushers in that. I'm going to try it out, see how it goes. It's the best of one deck I've been playing around with. So we are... Yeah, so I can play ranked. Doesn't matter. I like when we're on the basement floor of each rank because I can play like random decks and not feel bad about losing in playtesting. Abby, come here. Abby, come here. You want to say hi? Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Come say hi. No, no, you don't want to come? Oh, the bottom. This is my pups. This is the one that always passive-aggressively barks in the background. Okay, I'll let you down because you look pissed off with me. This hand looks sweet. Kill their first thing, kill their second thing. Theater and Fires works really nice because you can pay all the mana into it to get extra card draw. So that's the card advantage of it. Playing Zombie Man. So the dog has like crazy anxiety when she goes to the groomer, but she grows hair like crazy, or fur like crazy. So we tried this time as the first time I bought clippers and shaved her myself. And she looks like a scraggly, like I am not a dog groomer by any chance. Looks pretty bad. Okay, so this is a Bone Crusher. On the play, this hand would have been really nice. Also, if we draw into Clarion, it would also be nice. But we might be able to grind. She's lived the most pampered life, but... they got our Bone Crusher. So I'm gonna just Bone Crusher this now. So hopefully they're short on some action. Next turn I'm probably gonna go Temple. So depending what they play out, if they go, no, I probably want to go Temple though, so then I can get Fires online. Second Robber's annoying. Okay, we got the Hate Train. Chandra's a ways away, so I'm going to bin her. She's good in this matchup, I think. So next turn I can Fires plus Bedevil, if need be, or I can play out the Bone Crusher. Okay, they got Steamy. So I'm probably going to hit the Steamkin just because it can get bigger, give them card advantage. Really want another land. If we can hit the land, then I can up Nixless. It does draw them cards, but depending on what it is, it might be worth it. With them being mana screwed though, may not want to. I really just want a Clarion. Clarion and Theater would be really nice. Starts getting me the card advantage going. They hit their light up the stage. They're going double 1-drop. Okay, so Underworld Dream's not where I want to be. gonna Bone Crusher and play out Theater of Horrors. It gets me 2 card draw for the turn. So what you do is you ping them each turn, and then you get that. I just don't want it to get card draw right now. Interesting. They're not going to play out. They are short for Embercleave. Because I would think you just play those out. I have 6 board wipes in this deck. This deck, not yet, Quantum. I'm still tweaking it. I lost 2-1-1 yesterday, but I'm just trying to get some of the numbers right. Like, I didn't have the Devil in the main earlier, and I kept losing to Planeswalkers. It's very interesting. If you're going to do that attack anyways, you might as well have gotten extra damage in. Another Theater doesn't help. So the problem is this gets them Embercleave. So I think what we do, we try to survive this turn, play out a second Bone Crusher. I just, with how they've been mana-wise, I don't want to give them any spells, because they probably have like an Annex. They could turn on Embercleave here, but I can still block productively. And I'd rather save this removal for... So let's block here. Okay, so they don't have Embercleave. They do? Because you could have won if you did it on Fervent. Oh, we just have Bone Crusher. So we were dead anyways. Let's run it one more. That was an odd draw. We got everything except a board wipe, and at any point if we drew a board wipe there, we would have had it. I think mono red could be a fine matchup. I don't know if Omnixus is something that's good enough. So I'm going to keep this hand. I'm actually going to fetch Plains first, just so that way I have Clarion on 3 if needed. Okay, this can be the adventure deck. Let's get the 1 Plains. So because I'm probably going to race them, I'm just going to Bone Crusher here. That's probably a Clover that they're going to put down. This might be Gruul aggro, actually. We'll have to see. Okay, so it's Gruul. That changes things a bit. So I think in that case, because we also have Clarion, I'm just going to pass the turn. So in this matchup, we want to hit lands. If we can hit some lands, Conqueror's Death should be good against this bigger stuff. Just hard cast Bone Crusher. Drew a land. I'm just going to 1-for-1 removal them for now. We just need a land. Give me a land. Questing Beast. Yep. Land. Untapped land to specify. Thank you. Questing Beast is annoying, so I want it dead. I can go double Bone Crusher next turn. Ooh, I do have Bedevil. So does Embercleave kill me? Embercleave puts it up to 5 power. You know what I'm probably going to do is just do this and then play this out. Because I can always Bedevil or Conquer's Death this. I'd like to get a land. One time. One time. Or how about another Fires of Invention? I heard those are really good. Just lets us go aggressive here. So we've used a lot of our removal. Fires is like lands when you have it. Perfect. Theater of Horrors is great. I don't really care if they Embercleave onto this dork. If they Questing Beast, they don't have enough to Embercleave either. So we'll just pass the turn. Next turn I can Theater of Horrors and deal with any of their big things. Yeah, I just don't know about Obnixilis. Okay. The hard cast Embercleave. Let's exile your Embercleave. Got him. Like, you're better off just flashing it in, like, in response. Like, let me attack first and then surprise me with it. Yeah, Conquer's Death is the card I probably most overlooked, and it's amazing. Yeah, so let's see what I would change in this one, and then I'll post it up on Aether Hub, and I'll probably do a full stream on this. So I don't think Obnixilis is good. Probably just want like card advantage. I might just do another Kroxa. Or we want stuff for like the aggro. What do I want? Probably just Kroxa, and then probably just. Actually, I probably want Eat from Extinction. Why can't I spell? Extinction. Deals with planeswalkers. Or maybe instead of a Kroxa, I run one Cavalier. Cavalier Dawn. Let's do it like this. Okay, so I'll export this one if anyone wants to play for now, but I'll play a full stream with this to play a bunch of matchups, and then we can tweak it some more. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this one up. Go eat some dinner. Thanks everyone for stopping by. The Uro deck will be up on YouTube tomorrow. And then, as always, if there's any decks you'd like to see, I put up the Dimir Midrange that we played the other day. You can catch it on my YouTube. If you have any requests, let me know as well on YouTube, and we can take it from there. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great one.